There's a scourge on YouTube right now, and no, I'm not talking about the MrBeast clones, the no-effort reaction content, or YouTube Shorts basically turning a platform into TikTok. I'm talking about something much worse. A group of grifters who are out there to try and make you part of your money for almost nothing in return. And it's something that's been normalized so much, most people don't even realize how much of a scam it is. Of course, I'm talking about the YouTube gurus or the YouTube growth experts. But as someone who's been very much struggling to grow the channel for 10 years now, let's just say I have quite a lot of experience with them. And I've seen firsthand exactly what kind of tricks they're up to. And recently at LTX, when talking with other YouTubers, well, I realized exactly how deep this rabbit hole goes. So here's exactly what you should be looking out for and exactly how this giant money machine actually works. Now, YouTube content and how to produce YouTube content seems like a pretty easy sell, right? Which is why there's so much of it out there. However, if you watch literally any of it, it will quickly dawn on you exactly how, well, useless they actually are, seeing how a vast majority of these videos is just reiterating the same 2 or 3 points over and over again in every single video, just worded slightly differently. And it's usually stuff that is so basic that pretty much anyone with 3 working brain cells could figure out on their own. However, that isn't exactly how they frame it in the video. Do you know, like, the whole motivational speaker scam? The way they kind of phrase stuff to make you think that this is the kind of life-changing advice you need? Well, this is exactly how these videos usually operate. They make everything sound a lot more grandiose, but also use language to make them sound like the expert and you like the fool who needs them. However, here's the thing. They're supposed to be useless on purpose, because while sure, these self-proclaimed gurus do definitely make some nice AdSense money on these videos, the bread and butter of their business is selling you courses to help you grow your channel further. These are either some special online masterclasses or even one-on-one sessions and guidance that is specifically tailored to your channel, which in theory does make a lot of sense. These videos are rather generic and, well, they can't really give advice that is very specific to every channel's unique situation, and every channel is in a unique situation. But then these courses are what they promise to be the thing that finally changes everything for you. They show off exactly what kind of success they brought to previous clients. They tell you exactly how well personalized to your needs the course is, and they explain that if you just do this, you will be a YouTube superstar in no time at all. And all you have to do is pay hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Money that most starved YouTubers don't even have, and those that do, well, even for them, that's a pretty hefty investment in something that doesn't even guarantee a return. Those statistics they usually show off about how, wow, their guidance supports other creators is usually extremely cherry-picked, and very few of these gurus offer stuff like money-back guarantees to give you the ease of mind that if stuff doesn't work out, don't worry, your money isn't gone. Because at the end of the day, there's really no guarantee that the stuff that they do actually works, just because of the complexities of the YouTube algorithm, while more often than not, these people may not even be able to properly diagnose whatever's holding your channel back. I have had literally 10 years of experience fighting these guys, and they're usually rather terrible advice they give. And there's a lot of tricks I've noticed that they use, even when giving more personalized advice, to try and make them look like they're always in the right. Now, just as a disclaimer, I never paid for any of these services they offer. However, I have interacted with these people before, and even I had other people buy out channel reviews for my channel with these quote-unquote experts to try and diagnose exactly what's wrong. And the advice they give is usually rather flawed, but they still try to package it in a way to make it sound like you need them. Or they give you advice on something super specific that in no way will actually affect how your video is doing. Like, for example, the advice I've been given before is to get a smaller display than my giant 43-inch monitor behind me because it's apparently too distracting in my videos. Yeah, and that was coming from a quote-unquote certified YouTube expert. And the best part is, if you call these people out on their own YouTube channels not really performing that well, they just come back saying that, well, it's because people are lazy and can't be bothered to learn how to do YouTube properly anymore. It also doesn't help that the morals are usually all over the place, and they're usually also far from impartial. I'm getting flashbacks to that one incident on this very channel with Dean Immin.
Okay, there you go. Next up, we've got Avrona, cool name. says, what do you think of when you think of Rona? What do you think of?
Hold on.
Of Rona.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Is this the Avrona, or is somebody punking us?
What is that?
Hybrid? Brace yourself.
What do you mean?
What's the question? How to grow on YouTube?
No, there's like a bunch of stuff here.
Go.
Yeah.
I'm all ears. Go.
Okay.
So this is great. Go.
Is it in any way possible for a channel to fall out of favor with the algorithm so much that no matter what you do, you just can't grow? You need to make some adjustments if you want that to happen.
Avrona.
And if you are a YouTuber, you also probably heard of tools like TubeBuddy or vidIQ. If you haven't, they're basically just these browser extensions used for stuff like, for example, adding keywords, automation, and some other very small but usually kind of helpful stuff when uploading YouTube videos. And they are an absolute goldmine for these kind of people who usually have some pretty big contracts regarding cross-promotion with these platforms, which of course charge you a lot for the full suite of features. And in fact, they're getting much more restrictive with every passing day. For example, on TubeBuddy, you now even can't properly search for keywords anymore, something you would have been able to do easily before, but now you require a special additional subscription. With Derral Eves' smug face there, reminding you that unless you buy this subscription, your channel is as good as dead. Oh yeah, speaking of Derral Eves, he's probably the worst example of what I'm talking about. It's not just TubeBuddy his face is on, his face has been pretty much appearing on anything relating to YouTube growth. His face is literally the equivalent of Mr. Beast before Mr. Beast became a thing on YouTube. Now, I have talked about Derral Eves before in my video covering the absolute scam that was the Derral Eves' 30-day YouTube challenge, which I'd normally say I'd recommend watching that video, but I also do kind of admit it's kind of bad, so like whatever. Do watch it, but keep in mind I was a lot younger back then. Oh yeah, and speaking of Mr. Beast, Derral Eves literally couldn't brag enough about being friends with Jimmy, but I could rant about that for a whole other hour. The price of his courses range from exorbitant to extremely exorbitant, but I think the pinnacle of the absolute grift that is going on here is VidSummit, which if you haven't heard of, VidSummit is an event organized by Derral Eves that, from at least what I gather, is supposed to be more YouTube oriented, while VidCon has become more of a TikTok cringe fest. And I had the privilege of talking to other creators at LTX recently about what happened at VidSummit and their experiences there. However, while I did ask them about if they wanted to, say, record a quick segment for this video, because it's been in the works for quite a few months now, they actually said no, and that what they said should probably remain around the table we're sat at, just because they're so scared of the possible consequences of speaking out against people like Derral Eves, because of the amount of clout he has on the platform. Yeah, that's how bad it is. It's that bad that people are actually scared to speak out against these practices that these guys are employing. But whatever. Coming back to VidSummit, it was kind of like VidCon, but it was also just one giant sales funnel for him and his services. Literally everything from every panel to every booth to every creator he invited was organized in such a way that they promote him and his services. To the point, in fact, that the assistants of his at the event were ready to just whip out a point of sale device at any time and sell you a multi-$1,000 course anywhere on the expo floor. That's how desperate he is for money, apparently. What also kind of stood out to me that one of the YouTubers said was that when Derral Eves was talking about the channels he's helped, he usually referred to it in the way of, oh, look at all these play buttons I earned. Look at all these play buttons I got. It wasn't the YouTubers I helped. No. All those play buttons are my work. Which doesn't really sit well with, well, literally anyone. And as someone who has been struggling with growing the channel for 10 years now, I totally understand why these people make so much money. Because people are desperate. People like me are desperate for anything to change the situation we're in. And in that kind of situation, when the kind of basic advice that is usually rather generic doesn't really work, then anything that promises to boost our channel 10x, 20x, whatever, and as such the ethics of this entire industry are messed up in a big way. There are obviously a lot of simpler stuff that can be done to try and alleviate the issue. For example, more of these YouTube gurus offering some kind of money back guarantees to help further comfort the people who are buying these services from them, but let's be honest, No one's gonna do that. And seeing how many smaller YouTubers are being taken advantage of, it has definitely got me thinking about things I could do to help them and share my 10 years of expertise in a way that isn't this, you know, predatory. And while I do have some ideas, I do definitely want to hear yours as well, so let me know what you think I should do down in the comments below, because I want to help you guys, and I want to do it without taking thousands of dollars of your money. I'll just take tens of thousands of dollars of your money instead. But let me know what you think of all of this, and hey, maybe also check out our Patreon so I can cover the legal fees of the lawsuits I'll probably get for this video. And also, I'd like to thank our existing patrons, Gavin Burns, OKB, Justin Rage, and Avroniak, Dev Panda, Balaj Roka, Meg Sumner, Shane Allcroft, Lansby, and Level Up. But anyway, that's about it, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then remember to subscribe, like, whatever, and I'll see you all in what I make next. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.